In this video, we will see 3 blockchain, and therefore, the associated cryptos, that can be an excellent investment for 2022. These 3 blockchain, in my opinion, deserve your attention for 2022. But that doesn't mean that these are the only 3 blockchain cryptos you should have in your portfolio. I remind you that, I believe in CSPR, in VELAS, and others. If you follow them, then obviously you are aware of that.
Nervos Network is very promising, currently 124th in market cap with a market cap of $700 million. You can perfectly envisage an X100 on this crypto, so nothing is guaranteed, but there are real possibilities given the blockchain. This blockchain is very special because it works automatically with 2 layers, the first layer Nervos, and the second layer Godwoken. This separation of these 2 layers will automatically increase the scalability of the blockchain and thus the expected results. Layer 1 works in proof of work, and, therefore, with the main functionality of being a storage space, the smart contracts are only deployed on Layer 2, and so compared to Ethereum, which today poses a lot of problems because of its congestion, the spaces taken for the use of this blockchain is never definitive. It will allow us to avoid congestion like Ethereum can, so we are on blockchain much more advanced technologically and thus with a certain future. Only OKSwap is deployed on Godwoken, thus on Layer 2, but we have the advantage that the NFT is being launched and has a launchpad prepared on this blockchain. The ecosystem is still light, but we know for sure who will grow, so you will have understood that it is a blockchain full of future. The second blockchain is Conflux, obviously even less known than Nervos, and which today is at an extremely attractive price, far from its ATH. Conflux is 194th on CoinMarketCap, with a market cap of only $238 million. X200 is quite feasible on those types of blockchain, only if the ecosystem manages to deploy. Conflux is a Chinese blockchain, and is very close to the concepts of Avalanche. The only difference with Avalanche is that its ecosystem does not exist yet, and therefore, there is a crazy potential around this blockchain. The project continues to evolve. At the beginning of 2022, we should pass proof of work and proof of stake to a hybrid model, whereas at the time, it was only in proof of work. It offers its wallet to host the token CFX. Now the excellent news is that, although it remains in terms of rumors, there is a strong possibility that MetaMask will take it over, and this would be a big jackpot, as we know that MetaMask's adoption of a blockchain will allow the blockchain to evolve much faster. Its price is surprising, because there are already NFT, gaming, yield farming, but there is indeed only one DEX around this blockchain, and that is MoonSwap, and some metaverses planned on this blockchain, so still very discreet. This Chinese blockchain could make us a crazy year 2022. Agora aims to also bring the development space around these blockchain to all developers in the market. Indeed, it proposes an environment in Java, thus an extremely popular programming language with many developers around this programming language. It was proposed on the coin list that the blockchain deployment should arrive at the beginning of 2022, but we'll have to look at the time of the listings, because it could be a blockchain that the whole community could pretty much adopt, and that will greatly accelerate the development of the ecosystem around this blockchain. I hope you like the content. Please hit the red subscribe button and check out some more of our content on money making and investing.